Hello everyone, good morning. This is Miss Neha here, and today we will continue with our next lesson, topic 12, lesson 4, continue to measure length. Our page numbers are 685 till 688, and the homework pages are 689 to 690. So let's begin. Now, before I begin my lesson, I just want to have a quick review about what we learned yesterday. We learned what is measure. You remember what is measure? You measure. Take my pointer here. Okay, so we learned measure. You measure an object using cubes or other tools to find the length, right? This is what we learned yesterday. We use cubes or other tools to find the length of an object. Then we also learned what is length unit. Here, length unit. It is the shorter object that is used to measure the length of longer objects. Now, length unit, there are many kinds of length unit. You can also call it as a non-standard unit, okay? But here you use the term length unit. You can use a cube, a straw, a hand, paper clips. You can use many different things as a length unit to measure the longer object. Now, let's quickly solve this. The toothbrush is blank cubes long. Now you have to see how long my toothbrush is. Okay, so this is the length. So we will measure from one end all the way till the other end. So I want you to count with me. Take your cubes. We are still going to use the cubes in this lesson as well. Okay, so I'll place my cubes and see how long this toothbrush is. One, count with me, all of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So how long my toothbrush is over here? It is about 7 cubes long. Okay? This is what we learned yesterday. Now, for today, our vocabulary words are length and height. Now, you all know what's the meaning of length, right? Length means how long an object is. So it's distance from one end of an object to another end. You see? This is the length. This is how we measure how long an object is. You start from one end all the way to the other end. Now, height means a distance from top to bottom, or how tall an object is. So this is how you measure the height, from top to bottom. Length is from one end to another end. The height is from top to bottom. Okay? You understand what's the meaning of length and height? Now, let's see this in picture. Now, what is this picture? It's a house, right? It's a cute house. Now, the length, you see this purple line, the black line over here? This is the length. So the length from one end till the other end. This is the length of the house. And now I want to know how tall my house is. You see the orange line over here? This shows me the height. This means how tall my house is. Now you understand what is length and height? Now, we use cubes and other length units to compare lengths of objects, right? You can use, I told you yesterday, we can use any object, or we can use cubes or other length units to measure the length, and then you can compare also. Like here you can see I have, what is this? Good, very good. This is a shoe, and this pencil, and this scissors. Bravo. Now I want to compare the length of these 3 objects, and then I want to know which is the longest one. Which object is the longest? Okay, so I will use the cube and let's see which object is the longest. Now, let's place the cubes. 1, count with me. 2, this is number 3, 4, 5. So the shoe is 5 cubes long. Now what about pencil? 1, 2, 2 cubes. And last, the scissors. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now, can you compare which is the longest and which is the shortest? Can you tell me which is the longest object over here? Excellent. If you select the shoe, then you're correct. Can you tell me why the shoe is the longest? Excellent, because it has 5 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, let's come to the pencil and the scissors. Now, can you tell me which is the shortest one? Which object is the shortest? If you select pencil, then excellent. This is the shortest one. Why? Good, because it has only 2 cubes. So this is the longest. This is the longest object, and this is the shortest object. So over here, I know that I can now use cubes to compare the length of different objects, and then I can easily find which is the longest object and which is the shortest object. Now, next. Here we compared the length. Now here, as you can see, use cubes and other length units to compare the height of objects. Okay, so you can also use to compare the height. Now in the previous slide, we learned that how we can compare the length, and we can easily find out which is the longest. Now here, for the height, we will measure the height with the help of cubes, and then we can know how tall an object is with the help of cubes. Now as you can see here, what is this picture? It's a screwdriver, right? Now I want to see how tall my screwdriver is. So let's count with the cube. I will place my cubes and I will count. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this screwdriver is about 6 cubes tall. Right? I can write here 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is how I measure the height, or I can say that the screwdriver is 6 cubes tall. Now, one thing you can see here is I have placed the cubes like a train. You remember I explained to you yesterday that when you align all the cubes together, it should be like a train. You should not leave any gaps in between, or you should also not collapse, so you won't get the correct measurement. So do you understand now how you can use cubes to find the height of an object? Now, let's solve this. Draw a pencil. Let me take my pointer here. Okay, now draw a pencil that is longer than 2 cubes, but shorter than 7 cubes. Then use cubes to measure. Now here what you have to do is you have to draw a pencil that is longer than 2 cubes, but shorter than 7 cubes. So I need to draw my pencil somewhere between 2 and 7. So it can be 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, but not 7. I need a pencil which is shorter than 7. So let us draw a pencil. Now here, I will draw a pencil. So here is my pencil. Now I draw a pencil. Now I think this pencil is longer than 2 cubes and it's also shorter than 7 cubes. So let's check. Now I want you to take your cubes. I'll place my cubes here and I will check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, my pencil is correct. My measurement is correct. It's more than 2 but less than 7. So my pencil is about how many cubes long? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cubes long. You got it? How to solve problem-solving questions? You will have these types of questions in your book. So this is how you will solve it, okay? You will draw, and then you will place your cube to check that your measurements is correct. Now, let's watch the video for better understanding.
You can measure objects to compare and order their lengths. What does it mean to compare lengths? You find the object in a group that is longer or shorter than the others. What does it mean to order by length?
Now here, what do you mean by order by length? It means you can order the objects either by longest to shortest or shortest to longest. This is what we have learned in lesson 1. Remember?
You line up objects by their lengths, from longest to shortest, or from shortest to longest. To measure the objects, you can use connecting cubes. About how many cubes long is the eraser?
Let's try it.
The paintbrush is about 8 cubes long.
The eraser?
The eraser is about 3 cubes long.
What about the marker?
The marker is about 6 cubes long.
So the eraser is
The
about how
eraser is
long?
about 3 cubes long. About how many cubes long is the marker?
Can you tell me? The marker is about how many cubes long? Good job. 6. Bravo.
The marker is about 6 cubes long. Which is longer, the marker or the eraser? Which is shorter? How do you know?
The marker is longer, right?
The marker is longer than the eraser because 6 is greater than 3. That also means the eraser is shorter. How do you know that the paintbrush is longer than both the marker and the eraser?
Okay, kids, now here. Now, how do you know the paintbrush is the longest from all? Because about how many cubes the paintbrush is long? Excellent, it's about 8 cubes long. So you can easily say that it's the longest.
The paintbrush is about 8 cubes long. So the paintbrush is longer than the marker because the marker is 6 cubes long. It is also longer than the eraser because the eraser is 3 cubes long. How do you know the paintbrush is longest?
Because it has 8 cubes, right?
The paintbrush is the longest because it is 8 cubes long. That is greater than the length of the eraser, which is 3 cubes. It is also greater than the length of the marker, which is 6 cubes. Which object is the shortest? The eraser is the shortest. How can you put the objects in order from longest to shortest?
So now here, we have put all the cubes in order. Now you know which is the longest and we know which is the shortest. So which one do you think will come first? The longest object? Excellent, the paintbrush. Now which is the shortest? Bravo, the eraser.
The paintbrush is the longest, and it is listed first. The eraser is the shortest, so it is listed last. The marker is in between, so it is listed in the middle.
Now you know how to compare and order objects by their lengths.
I hope you understand what are we going to do in this lesson, right? Now, here. Take page number 685 and be ready. Use cubes to measure the length and the height of the poster. Tell whether the poster is longer or taller. How do you know? Now, we have learned previously that the distance from one end to another end, this is the length. It means this place is the longer, right? And this place is the height. It means how tall from top to bottom. It means how tall an object is. Now here we're talking about the picture, the poster over here. Now we will take help of cubes and find out whether it is longer or taller. So let's quickly place our cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this poster is 4 cubes longer. Now what about the height? How tall it is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see, it is 4 cubes longer and 5 cubes taller. So what we can write here is, the poster is taller or longer than it is. Excellent. It is taller than it is longer. How do we know? We know it because when we place the cubes, you see, when I measured the height, if I want to see how tall the poster is, so it took me about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cubes. Now if I want to measure the length, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know that 4 is smaller than 5. So it's more taller than it's longer. Understand? Excellent. Now let's move to our next page. Page number 686. Guided practice. Now find each object in your classroom. Measure the length with cubes. So I have my bookshelf here and have a desk here. So I want to measure the length of both of these objects, and then I will write here which object is longer. The bookshelf is longer or the desk is longer. So in this picture, let me place my cubes and check which object is longer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, for bookshelf, it needed me 4 cubes. And desk, 1 and 2. So now here, let us write down how many cubes it took for bookshelf. 4 cubes long. And desk is about 2 cubes long. So which one is longer, the bookshelf or desk? Good job. The bookshelf. So you write here book shelf. Okay? Easy? Yes. I told you this lesson is fun. You will enjoy doing this lesson. Now next page. Now this is an independent practice. I will explain you and you have to do it by yourself. Find each object in your classroom. Use cubes to measure how tall it is. as we are not in the classroom. So you have to use this in the pictures over here. Take your cubes and start measuring. Place your cubes here. Now you have to tell here how tall is it, and then the number of cubes you put here. Your answer will be, you will write your answer here. The table, how tall it is, you will write here. The chair, you will write here. The trash can, you will write here. Okay, now question number 8. Order the objects from shortest to tallest. Now you have 4 objects over here: calendar, table, chair, and trash can. Now which is the shortest one? You will write here. And then slowly it will get bigger and bigger and taller and taller. Sorry, you'll not get bigger, it will get taller, because here you see everywhere we are measuring the height. How tall is it? So shortest to tallest, not shortest to longest, okay? Shortest to tallest. The last one will be the tallest of all. Understand how to do it? Please feel free to ask me if you didn't understand anything. I'll help you how to solve it. So now here, this is the problem solving. Draw a line that is longer than 2 cubes but shorter than 6 cubes. Then use cubes to measure. Now here what you have to do is, this is same like the previous problem solving question that we did. You have to draw a line which will be longer than 2 cubes, but it needs to be shorter than 6 cubes. So you will draw a line and then you will measure with the cubes. Okay, so let us draw a line here. Let me take my pen. So I will draw my line from here till here. Okay, so I think this is longer than 2 cubes and it is shorter than 6 cubes. So let us check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost, it's close, right? So we needed to draw a line which is more than 2. It can be 3, 4, 5, but less than 6. So here you can see my line is about 5 cubes long. Now question number 10, 11, and 12, I want you to do it by yourself. I will read for you. Draw a tower that is taller than 3 cubes but shorter than 6 cubes. Then use cubes to measure. This is what you have to do. You have to draw a tower which will be taller. Keep remember, when you see the word taller, you have to draw like this, not like this, like this. Okay, so you will draw a tower which is taller than 3 cubes but shorter than 6 cubes. The same with question number 11. For item number 9, could you have more than one correct answer? Explain. Yeah, can you explain? Can you have more than one correct answer? Yes, of course. You can draw a line which can be 3 cubes, 4 cubes, 5 cubes, but it should be less than 6 cubes. Okay, and question number 12, you will do this. Measure the green line and write the number. So you have to place your cubes here, and then you have to tell the green line is about how many cubes long. Okay, so thank you very much for listening. Stay safe, stay clean, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye, take care.